Hey everybody, Rhys here with Awakening Tip number one. And Awakening Tip number one is enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the beautiful day. But Awakening Tip number one is, what if you wanted to create like a beautiful day? What if you wanted to create a beautiful life? What if you wanted to be a creation machine rather than someone who is kind of dealing with life as it comes? And maybe some of you occasionally might feel like, gosh, I don't know what's coming next. I don't know why. It just, life comes at me and comes at me and comes at me, and I just deal with it. I deal with this and I deal with that and I deal with this. Well, what would happen if you were the creator? What would it be? What kind of energy would you have to be a creator? And as I've been doing 15 years of work, 16 years of work now in energy work, what I'm discovering is that there's a very simple recipe for being a creator in your life, and that is you have to have lots of energy. So that means you have to do energy work. You have to really work on your energy. You have to eat well. You have to take care of yourself. You have to have great relationships. You lose more energy than anything else in your relationships, and so having energy is really important. You also have to have passion. There needs to be a real enthusiasm and passion and drive for the things in your life. Kind of like when you were a kid and it was just like, woo, it's Monday, yay, Monday, rather than it's Monday. So knowing that, having that is very, very important. And that element of energy and passion really come together in the heart. And it's interesting, there's some new science out right now that says that the body is made up, all of it, the body's basically one big huge brain. Every chakra that we have has a set of neurons. Of course, the biggest set of neurons that we think about is the brain, and the brain has 100 billion neurons, and all those neurons are connecting and making ideas, and it's where we process basic information. And those neurons are very much thinking types of neurons, and they get really stuck and hard and rigid. But think about the fact that all the rest of our body, so our third chakra here has that's called the solar plexus. It has a set of a plexus, just like a neurons, just like the brain has its set here. And for instance, the heart is the cardioid plexus, and so it has its own brain. And so each chakra in our body, each energy center in our body, is literally a set of nerves and neurons. And what's interesting is that the brain has 100 billion neurons. Well, the entire body has 1,000 billion neurons. So it has 900 billion more neurons than the brain does. And so, but the problem is the brain isn't designed to listen to any of those, very few of those. The brain listens to itself, and then it talks to itself, and then it talks more to itself, and then it talks to itself, and then it sends the information out to everybody else. Like, I've been talking to myself, and you better be listening, and this is what we're going to create. The problem is the brain thinks in yesterday. It can't create a new tomorrow. It can only create a yesterday a little better. So, but the heart, on the other hand, the heart listens. The heart is actually the mind, the brain, that has the energy and the passion, because it has all other 900,000 or 900 billion neurons at its disposal. So it listens to all the other parts of the body because it is a feeling brain. It actually senses the present moment and where you are and what's going on. And so when you are really trying to create something, you've got to feel it. And so the tip today is, if you want to be a creator, you have to learn the difference between trying to create it from your mind and doing what everybody does, which is think about it and organize it and do it, and all the things that you're taught in business school, all the things you're taught as a business coach, and do it like this and focus on it and get it out there, and that will never happen. It'll never work. And when you do get it, it won't ever make you happy, because it's just a thought that you put out there, and you'll always try to make it better. So the key to really being happy and also actually creating things you want is to make sure that you have actually experienced it emotionally, physically, that in the present moment in your heart. And when that mind creates, now we have the whole body's electromagnetics the whole body becomes a magnet for what you want to create in your life. Whereas when you're using your brain, you're only using 1/10 of your neurons, which are triggering electricity, but 1/10 rather than 9/10, which you can actually incorporate all of them together through the heart, because the heart does not reject the brain, and the heart gives the brain its due and lets it think it's in charge. But truly, you want to create something, you have to create it from the heart. So that's tip number one. You have to use your heart and feel and totally experience what you want as if it's already happening, which is what the heart does. The heart lives in the present moment. If you ever want to create anything, trying to create from here, we all have tried. And what happens is we create something and then we always think, could have been better. Well, it was all right. I'll just create something else. Whereas when the heart creates something like a child, it's like, woohoo, we did it. This is great. It's fantastic. And that's the feeling that you need to have before you ever create anything. So be a creator. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that tip as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And I just wanted to let you know that these awakening tips, I'm going to continue to do them over the next 2 months, right up to our event, our big flagship event each year, which is called Awaken. And these awakening tips are just the tip of the iceberg as to what you're going to get in a 2-day event, May 20th and 21st, at the Holiday Inn in Dedham, Massachusetts. It's going to be awesome, and we've used that hotel before. They're fantastic. It's a great place to have it, and we are going to share with you as much as we can the experience of really being in the Rhys Thomas Institute of Energy Medicine, and these tips are just like I said, sort of like the primer for what we're doing there to sort of get you going. So if you're interested in finding out more about the live event and getting the $50 ticket. Which actually is a $50 ticket for the whole 2 days, and you can bring a friend. Click on this video, and I'd love to see you there. And you can always email support@rhysthomasinstitute.com if you have any questions or want to bring a big group. We'd love to see you there. So enjoy, and I will see you on the next tip.